Hello everyone, this is the Angel Poet Mickey Ali and welcome to a brand new video. Now today to you may be an ordinary day, i.e. March the 21st, a Wednesday. But to me, today is World Poetry Day. Now I would like to celebrate this by, this is how I intend to celebrate it. Apologies if it is late, of course. What I have here is every single poetry book I've collected in the past. I don't even know how many when I did start. So as I do is to promote the people who made these, as well as promote the poetry scene. I'm gonna be reading one poem from each book, and like little facts about the poem or the book itself and how I got it and different and I will also say if the people who made these poems, you have to check them out if you want to get into spoken word because they are absolutely fucking amazing. So we'll start off with the Verbalized Anthology. Now a little backstory on this. This was how to say it? Yeah. During summer around last year, no, 2016. I was with Beat Freaks for this thing called Verbalize, which is basically 4 workshops over 4 weeks with a spoken word artist in order, which was Cecilia Knapp, Zine Edwards, Cecilia Knapp, John Berkovich, and originally it was Hannah Silver, but she had personal problems, so it was Rachel Long. And I'm actually in the book, so yeah. So the poem I'm going to read to you from this is the poem that I made. It's called My Journey, and it was basically about how Verbalize was, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoy it. A couple of weeks ago, in July, not one had to fly. It was time to verbalize, and not the time to hypnotize. The first guest shot booyed her way in. Zena Edwards said words which made sense and enjoyed our company. Secondly, this gal didn't have a name, which was Hal. It was Cecilia Knapp, who didn't have a nap. She helped us with writing and editing, not biting and head hitting. Thirdly and absurdly, with a Reebok jacket was Mr. John, not Sean Berkovich. He arrived with tips and more on finding our style without causing an apocalypse. And finally, not with a vinyl, came the final session with Rachel Long, not with a gong. She helped us to share our own style, not blaring about berserk dogs, massacring children or dorks, goofballs, dingalings, or well, you get the idea. The first time I read it verbalized, I was nervous. But with things laid on like lunches and enough sweets to feed a colony, let's say they didn't have envy anymore. Instead, they had sugar rushes, and when consuming went over the limit, they became dangerously in it. And when I mean it, I mean become hyper and no diapers. So if you do want to check it out, go and check out beatfreaks.com/shop. It may not be able on sale now, but if it is, then you have to check it out. It is that good. Other poets in here are Jasmine Leslie Booth, Bethany Slynn, Hannah Swings, Jay Grant, Two Kaiser Love Letter, who else? All four teachers, Cecilia, Zena, John, and Rachel, as well as a couple of other people. But yeah. Next up is the very first poetry book I ever got, which was Nemesis, A Gold from the Stone. Now, a little backstory in this book was, I got this when I first went to Hit the Ode, which is at the Victoria, in a pub in Birmingham. Well, originally was. It's now the Patrick Centre in the Hippodrome. And what it is, it's a really good book. The poem that I'll read from this one is, I think it will have to be, yeah. Let's go for or Scream. It's short, but it's very emotional. Don't take what I have because what I have is me. Don't steal my mind because it's nearly free. How can I stay unpolluted, live in this world and still keep my head? The things I'm seeing is mind-blowing insight, and the war that I'm fighting is a mind-blowing fight. And the love that I'm feeling is less than a drip in a stream, and the feel that I'm feeling is Scream. Once again, this is Nemesis, Gold from the Stone, my very first poetry book. If you haven't got it, then you really need to get it because it is that good. I mean, I don't know what to say. Nemesis is one of the best poets that I haven't met yet. I saw him on BBC News, Random Acts, his poem about an elephant. That was so good, but yeah. Moving on. I have around 12 of these, so thinking about it, this part's actually going to be part 1. The other half I'm gonna do around tomorrow, so yeah. So moving on, next up we have is 10 Letters by Spols, my good friend Giovanni Esposito, better known as Spols. Now I won this, like Nemesis Gold from the Stone, but not in Hit the Odd, it was actually in Spoken Trend, when the Spols Cavilli was headlining, and it was signed. Yay! Also, it actually comes with a deal. You get your own CD with the actual poem, so that's actually really good. The poem I'll read from this one, I think it will have to be... They're actually like really long, so I think it will have to... Yeah. The Castle Up the Beacon. I could see your house from here. In fact, I could see all of your houses from here. And when the weather's clear and the sky's as blue as a Saturday afternoon at St. Andrews, win or lose, I will always choose this. I'm your borderland beacon that bore down on you for birth, giving rubery of you like Google Earth before you even knew what computers were. They call me a toposcope these days, but I will always be your castle. More than just a Cadbury treat, sat upon this grassy hill, and from this toppest top it's hard to see. The veins of your rich realities, your variety of societies, and your diverse nationalities, zoomed out up here, hides the hustle and hurry of you, webbed feet flapping like the clappers, when all I see is a swan. But I know what goes on. I felt it in the happy skips of inner city children. I've heard it in the banter of 100 different languages. I've smelt it in 1,000 shades of glass and cars and chocolate. I've sampled it in spices, samosas, and cheese sandwiches. I've watched Birmingham and the Black Country grow up here. I can see roads like rivers ebb and flow up here. I've wept with family generations as they come and go up here. I've seen the fervent kisses of mistletoe up here. I've chuckled at tangled kite strings and clumsy gambols. Laughed at pet dog picnic pirates as they plundered ham rolls. I'm the fortress in the forest that you long to get lost in. I'm the smile on your face. I am Ace. I am Boston. Once again, this is 10 Letters by Spols. Another book you really should get, although it is parental advisory is concerned. Spols does 2 children's poetry books, so you want to keep that in mind. Let's see. Excuse me, I just gotta do some math. Yeah. I was gonna do like 4 parts of this, but I thought, nah, I'll do 2. So next up we have is Wild Dreams and Louder Voices, the Poached Mythology. This was on sale. I got this at Poetry Jam 5, which is at the town hall. Now it may have some history behind it with me, but I'm comfortable with it now. So the poem I read from this one, I think it will have to be... Yeah, here it is. Spare Change by Leon Priestnell. A young man, late 20s, handsome features that go unnoticed. He sits on the street, his back against a stone wall. Humans and herds busily walk past him. He has a board that reads, "I've been homeless for over a year. I feel invisible. Please, any change you can spare." Opposite, across the wide city center street, a protest is occurring. Outside the bookstore, placards are shouting, voices. Fair play means fair pay. A couple kiss in a stairwell nearby, or the concrete pavement a trampled newspaper on a muddied footprint as a muddied footprint across Donald Trump's face. Has it come to this? By the street swings in my head. As I plough through a city I've lived in so long that I could stand in a single spot and spark a cinematic montage of different memories. I plough through, caught in the grip of a severe anxiety that goes unnoticed and seems reflected in the current state of world affairs. Wondering about all the thoughts worthy of poetry that go unpublished, much more worthy than I, and also if there's any change going spare. Again, this is Wild Dreams and Louder Voices, the Poached Mythology. This was made by the Verve Poetry Press. This is available, I believe, only at Warstones in Birmingham on the High Street. But you can look it up on the website. Just type in Poached Mythology and something like that. I don't know. So far I've done 4. I can't do my phone. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Guys, 12. 3, yeah. I'm gonna leave it here. So I'm gonna do part 2 either later on tonight or tomorrow, but one way or another I'm gonna do it, and I will do the rest. We got stuff like In These Days of Prohibition by Caroline Bird, Happy by Clive Osman, Thanks for Nothing, Hippies by Sarah Clancy, and many more. So until then, this has been Mickey Alley, and I will see you lot real soon for part